Bonjour, mes étudiants. Bienvenue. Welcome, dear students, to the Mahesh Tutorials Language Enhancement Program for French. This is Abha Gupta here, your French teacher for today. Let's start with a small video on alphabets. The alphabets in French and in English are the same A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but the pronunciation is different. Let's hear them out.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, maintenant je les connais, toutes les lettres de l'alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, maintenant je les connais, toutes les lettres de l'alphabet.
So you see, French becomes much more easier because our alphabets are the same. Only the spellings and the pronunciation of the nouns are different. Okay. So I start off with subject nouns and subject pronouns. I take a very simple sentence. Jean speaks French. In this sentence, the verb is speaks. Before the verb, we have a noun, and after the verb, we have a noun. But both these nouns are different. What are they? One is before the verb and one is after the verb. Before the verb, the noun is known as a subject noun, and after the verb, the noun is known as the object noun. You can ask the question who or what before the verb to confirm if it is subject noun. Let's have a look. Who speaks French? What is my answer? Jean. So Jean becomes my subject noun. For object noun, you can ask the question whom or what after the verb. Let's see. Jean speaks what? The answer is what? French. So French is my object noun. So students, always remember, identify the verb. Before the verb is your subject noun and after the verb is your object noun. Okay. So let's take some more sentences and try to identify the subjects. I shall first start with English sentences only. This book is beautiful. In this sentence, if I ask the question, what is beautiful? I get the answer, this is this book. So this book becomes my subject. Second question, second sentence, I ask the question, who is old? I get the answer as Behram. So Behram is my subject. In the third sentence, if I ask the question, who are studying? The answer is Ria and Natasha. And so Ria and Natasha are my subject nouns. Similarly, in the fourth sentence, who has a book? Anvita. And in the last sentence, Aisha and I teach English. Who teaches English? Aisha and I. So Aisha and I are my subjects. Now, students, to go ahead, what is a pronoun? So let's first understand what is a pronoun. A pronoun is a word which is used to replace a noun. Let's replace these nouns by pronouns. We shall continue in English first to make it simpler for you in French. This book will be replaced by the pronoun it in English. Behram by the pronoun he, Ria and Natasha by the pronoun they. Anvita, I hope you'll answering me. You'll all know the answers. She. And Aisha and I, a big question mark. Will it be they or will it be we? Aisha and I. It becomes first person plural. It is replaced by the pronoun we. Since we're doing English, learning English from day one when we started entered the school, it is very easy for you. Let us now study the subject pronouns in French. Okay, let's have a look. First person singular in French is what? Je, English may I, and first person plural is we, that is nous in French. Second person singular tu, you, and plural vous and you. When I say vous, vous in French is used for plural nouns, when I have to speak to more than one person. It is also the aap of Hindi. It is also used to give respect to your elders. Third person masculine singular il, meaning he or it, and masculine plural ils, il, meaning they. Third person feminine singular L, meaning she or it, and plural ELLES, meaning they. Now, if in a sentence I asked you to sorry, if in a sentence I ask you to replace Mary by a pronoun, you will say L because Mary is a feminine noun. If I ask you to replace Mary a Jean, you will replace it by ILS. Now, students, always remember in French, you have one masculine noun and one feminine noun. By default, it is going to be masculine plural. Even if we have one masculine noun and 10 feminine nouns, it is going to be masculine plural. Only when both the nouns are feminine, Mary and Jean, you will replace it or substitute it by a feminine plural pronoun. Mary et moi, that is Aisha and I, we just saw that. So Mary et moi is replaced by the subject pronoun nous, and Mary et toi is replaced by the subject pronoun vous. These two are the most important rules which we tend to get confused. So please remember this. Mary et moi, nous, Mary et toi, vous. Let's take some simple sentences in English and revise these rules all over again. If in this sentence I ask you to replace Rutuja by a subject pronoun, what is going to be in French? It's going to be elle. Rutuja and Abha teach French. Both are feminine. So it's going to be what? ELLES. Rutuja and Ankush teach French. One feminine, one masculine, masculine plural, ILS. Rutuja and I teach French. It's what? Et moi. Subject pronoun, nous. And Rutuja and you teach French. Subject pronoun, vous. I hope I'm clear. Let's solve some more sentences to make this much more clearer. Always remember, students, French is nothing but practice, practice, practice. Okay. In the 8th standard, I always believe in giving the students the questions in English, but we are also seeing the question in French. Remplacez les mots soulignés avec les pronoms sujets. Replace the underlined words by subject pronoun. Okay, I'm giving you 6 sentences. If in this sentence I ask you to replace Mr. Sharma by a subject pronoun in French, it's going to be what? Il. Mary will be replaced by the subject pronoun elle. Mark and Annie. Come on, students. By now you should have understood. Yes, ILS. Tom et moi. Very good. Nous. L'orange. It. What is it? Okay. It is again ALLE. Generally, the nouns ending with E are feminine. So, l'orange is a feminine noun. So, L. Mary et Annie. So, again, feminine plural L. Let's go ahead and have a look at the numbers which we have learned from 1 to 20 in the form of a small cute video.
Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, 10, 11, 12, 13,
14, 15, 16,
17,
18, 19, 20. Okay. So today, students, I am covering an important topic of a second term grammar portion. In chapter 5, you have learned the imperative. What is the imperative? How do you form the imperative mood in French? We are going to learn that today. First, understand what is imperative. Imperative is nothing but a request, order, command, suggestion. What I mean by this? Imperative is used to give command, order, request, suggestion. For example, go, command or order, request, please go, suggestion, let's go. Now, how do I do this in French? We have to learn that today, or we are going to learn that today. If you follow these simple steps, which I'm going to teach you right now, it's going to be very easy. So let's have a look at the formation of imperative. First step, take the present tense conjugation of, let's have a look whether can I use all the subject pronouns in imperative. Je means I. Students, can I give an order to myself? I cannot give an order to myself, so je is out. Tu is you. I can obviously give an order to a second person who is in front of me. So we can give an order to a second person, so tu is going to be used. Il and elle means he or she. Il or elle, third person singular. Can the person can be in front of me, cannot be in front of me. So obviously, il and elle, I cannot give an order to a third person, so it is out. If il and elle are out, obviously the plural is also out because third person plural they can be in front of me, cannot be in front of me. I can give a request, I can do a suggestion, I can give an order only to a person who is in front of me. So ILS, ELS out. Who is a second person plural, means if I have to give an order to more than one person, I have to use the who form. And nu is we, which is used for suggestion. Let's study French. So the first step, take the present tense conjugation of the tu, nu, and vous forms only. I am specifying tu, nu, and vous form. I'm not saying the tu, nu, and vous subject. Let's see further. Second step, drop the subject pronouns. Okay, let's see this explanation of formation with the help of our three verbs. In French, we have three group of verbs, the ER ending, IR ending, and RE ending. I'm going to take all the three ending verbs, three groups. Let's start with first group, finir, IR ending. Finir is to finish. So if I have to give an imperative mood of the verb finir, how do I do it? What is the first step? Take the present tense conjugation of the tu, nu, and vu forms only. How do I conjugate finir in the present tense? You drop the IR and you add IS, IS, IT, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT, ISSENT. But for imperative, I need only the tu, nu, and the vu forms. Now, tu fini means what? You finish, nous finissons, we finish, vous finissez, you finish. This is a simple sentence. I do not want to make a simple sentence. I want to give an order. Finish your work. So what do I do? When I give an order, I do not use subject pronouns. So second step, follow the second step, drop the subject pronouns. And what do I get? Fini, finissons, finissez. Finish, let's finish, and finish. Tu form, the form used for singular person. Vous form used for plural people. And for suggestion, I use the nu form. Let's take an RE ending verb, wander to sell. First step, take the tu, nu, and vous forms. Second step, drop the subject pronouns and I get my imperative sell, let's sell, sell. एक verb बचा ER ending verbs. Favorite one, parler, to speak. We take the first step, tu form, nous tu parles, nous parlons, vous parlez. Second step, drop the subject pronouns. Now here comes my third step. In the third step, what do we do? The third rule. The third rule is in all the ER ending verbs. I am specifying in all the ER ending verbs. In all the ER ending verbs, in only the ER ending verbs, the last S of the Q form is dropped. In all the ER ending verbs only, the last S of the Q form is dropped and I get my imperative of parler, speak, let's speak and speak. So three step students. First step, take the present tense conjugation of tu, nu, and wu forms. Second step, drop the subject pronouns. Third step, in all the er ending verbs only, drop the last s of the tu form. Okay, please make a note of this rules. Let's take one more example. Aler, to go, an irregular verb. The conjugation of aler is what? VAIS, VAS, VA, allow, ale, wa. But I don't want the present tense. I want the imperative. So imperative is what? Order. What is my first step? Take the present tense conjugation of the tu, nu, and vu forms only. Let's see that. Tu va, nu allons, vous allez. Second step, drop the subject pronouns. Third step, in all the er ending verbs, drop the s in the tu form, and I get my imperative as va, allons, allez. Go, let's go, go. So students, this is affirmative. Let's see the negative. How do I make a sentence negative in French? Ne before the conjugated verb and pas after the conjugated verb. Fix it in your mind. Ne before the conjugated verb, pas after the conjugated verb. So a negative imperative, if I want to say don't go, let's not go, don't go, how do I say it? Ne va pas, Nalopa and Nalepa. Why the apostrophe? We all know the rule. Whenever E is followed by a vowel, you drop the E and make it an apostrophe. So I get what? Don't go, let's not go, don't go. Am I clear with the students? Three steps and you get your imperative. Let's see the exceptions. In French, almost every grammar rule has an exceptions. Good. Exceptions means marks milenge, pakke full marks milenge. Teachers love asking exceptions. You have learned two irregular verbs. The first two verbs which you have learned, etra and avoir. Now, what is the present tense conjugation of the avoir verb in the tu form, nu form, and wu form? It is es, avant, and ave. But if I have to make this in an imperative form, or if I have to use the verb avoir in the imperative mood, I will not use a, avant, and ave. I will use a, io, and I. Have, let's have. Similarly, for etre, the present tense conjugation of etre is tu es, nous sommes, vous êtes. But if I want to give an order, be happy, I will not use this present tense conjugation because etre is an exception for imperative and I will use soy, soyon, and soye. Be, let's be, and be. So two exceptions, etre and avoir. Etre is what? Imperative form of etre. Soy, soyon, soye, and avoir, a, ion, I. Let's see a few more examples. In this first sentence, if I ask you, this is an affirmative, a simple affirmative sentence, and I ask you to convert this into an imperative form. The first step has been done for us. The first step, take the present tense conjugation of the tu, nu, and wu form. I simply have to follow the second step and the third step. The second step is what? Drop the subject pronoun. And third step, in all the er verbs, drop the last s of the tu form. This is the tu form, but fini is not an er ending verb, it is an ir ending verb, so the s will not be dropped, and I get the imperative as what? Fini ton devoir. So the first sentence means you finish your work, an affirmative sentence, simple sentence, and fini ton devoir indicates an order, finish your homework. Second sentence, the first step has been done for us. So simply drop the subject pronoun nous. Aller is an er ending verb, but the s is dropped only in the tu form, and this is the new form. So I get allant au marché. Third sentence, drop the subject pronoun. Donner is an er ending verb, and I have the tu form. So what do? I follow the third step and I drop the s of the tu form, and I get my imperative form as don le cadeau mark, give the gift mark. Last sentence, which is this verb tu a, which is this verb tu a. Es is your etre verb. Etre, do not follow these rules. It's an exception. In the tu form, the etre is what? Soy calm, be calm, Mary. I hope I made it very clear to you all. So let's solve some more examples. Okay, I repeat, the question is given in English now. Choose the correct form of the verb and complete the following sentences. An example has been given. We follow the same rule. Okay, I shall repeat the explanation all over again. First step has been done. I just have to do my second and third step. In the first sentence, the answer regarder is an er ending verb, tu form, so I drop the s and I get regarde la tour Eiffel. Second sentence, drop the subject pronoun, allons au parc. Third sentence, drop the subject pronoun, écoutez la musique. In the fourth sentence, Caroline is the subject. No, there is a comma. So Caroline is just emphasizing on the subject pronoun. Caroline, you finish your work. Okay. Now, if I want to give this in a form of an order, what do? I simply drop the subject pronoun Caroline, comma indicates a pause. So Caroline, finito travail. Finish your work. I'm giving an order to Caroline. In the last sentence, entrer is an er ending verb. So I drop the s in the tu form and I get my imperative as entre dans la maison. Enter in the house. So with these examples, I hope I have made your imperative much more clearer and much more easier. Simply follow these three steps and imperative becomes very easy for you all. The next grammar topic today that I'm covering is going to be articles. We have learned till date, we have learned definite articles, which are le, la, l apostrophe and le. Le used for masculine singular nouns, la for feminine singular nouns, L apostrophe for vowel nouns, beginning with a vowel, sorry, and les for all plural nouns. We have learned indefinite articles, which are a, un, and they. Masculine singular, un, feminine singular, une, and plural, des. Articles in French are very important. Students, please learn the importance or understand the importance of articles, because in French, articles help us to identify the number and gender of the noun. So we have to have an article. Even the countries, name of the countries, even the name of the countries in French are categorized into masculine countries and feminine countries. And they have to have an article. We say La France, Londres, Le Japon, Le Canada. So we have to have an article even before the name of the countries. We have two more articles coming up, that are contracted article, okay, and partitive articles. We shall learn the partitive articles in chapter 7, lesson 7. Today I shall be doing the contracted articles with you all. Now, what is this contracted articles? To make you understand, first let us see two prepositions, because contracted articles are taken or are contracted with two prepositions, which are agraph, meaning to, at, in, and the preposition de, meaning of and from. So in French, they say when these two prepositions come together with your definite article, you have to contract them. Before that, let us have a look at some examples which is used with the help of these prepositions. To, at, in. Je habite à Mumbai à Dadar. I live in Mumbai in Dadar. Il va à Paris. He goes to Paris. So depending upon the sentence, you write the meaning. Some examples of the. C'est le livre de Marc. This is the book of Mark. And il vient de Paris. He is coming from Paris. Because obviously I can't say he is coming of Paris. So he is coming from Paris. Now, as I said earlier, that when these prepositions come together with the article, with the definite articles, we have to contract them. To what? Let's see. So if agraph comes together with le, you have to contract and make it au. And the meaning is obviously to, the, at, the, in, the. For example, au marché, au Japon, to the market, to Japan. Okay, I do not say in English to the Japan, but to the Japan. Okay, but in French I have to say to the, and it is used for masculine singular nouns. Similarly, for feminine singular nouns, the preposition agraph plus la, we do not contract that, we let it remain the same. For vowel nouns, agraph plus L apostrophe remains the same. For example, à la école, à la aéroport. And last one, when the preposition agraph comes together with lay, you contract and make it AUX. O magazine, O etat Yunis. अगर कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, let's see more examples. Mark Paul O Garçon. Mark is speaking to the boy. To the will contract and make it AU. And because Garçon is a masculine noun, I have to use AU. Mark Paul a la fille. Fille is a feminine noun, so I use a la. Mark speaks to the girl. Mark parle à la étudiante. Étudiante is a noun beginning with a vowel, so L apostrophe. And Mark parle au fille, fille being a plural noun, I have to use AUX. So whether I use AU, agraph la, agraph L apostrophe or AUX depends upon the object noun. Masculine singular AU, feminine singular agraph la, vowel agraph L apostrophe, plural AUX. Let's go ahead and solve some more examples. Complete the following sentences with agraph, AU, agraph L apostrophe, agraph la, AUX. Please see the noun after the blank and then decide which one to use. La mère chante une sargent à la effort. Why L apostrophe? Because E is a vowel. Masculine singular noun beginning with a vowel. Directeur is a masculine singular noun, so I shall use what? AU. Madame Duval, le petit garçon parle Madame Duval. Madame Duval is a proper noun, a proper noun. So I cannot say the little boy is speaking to the Mrs. Duval. So I will say what? Only to, only the preposition to. Agraph. Vous allez musée. Musée is a masculine singular noun ending with E, but a masculine singular noun. So I shall use the article AU. You are going to the museum. And the last one, army ending with S is a plural noun. So I shall use what? AUX. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with the preposition DE. Same rule, preposition DE plus articles have to be again contracted. So if it is a masculine singular noun, de plus la becomes du, of the, from the. De plus la remains the same, du marché, from the market, from Japan. De plus la remains the same for feminine singular nouns, from the station of the girl. Okay. The plus L apostrophe also remains the same, from the school, from the airport. And the plus LES becomes DES, of the boys of the United States. Some more examples. C'est le livre du garçon, masculine noun, so du. La robe de la fille est belle, the dress of the girl is beautiful. Ce sont les livres de l'étudiant, these are the books of the student. And elle parle des films, she is speaking of the films. Let's solve a few more examples. The same rule applies as we have used for the preposition agraph. In the very first sentence, Roger being a proper noun, I shall use the preposition, only the preposition and no article. C'est l'appartement de Roger. This is the apartment of Roger and not of the Roger. Où est la clé de l'auto? Beginning with a vowel, so de plus L apostrophe. Feminine singular noun beginning with a vowel. Park is a masculine singular noun, so I shall use what? Du. Magazines ending with S is a plural noun, So DES, l'école est à droite des magasins. The school is to the right of the shops. Maison, being a feminine noun, I shall use the la. La porte de la maison est grande. The door of the house is big. So, students, with this, I end the topic of article contracted. Today, we have revised imperative and contracted articles with you all. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt.